did Alan and Charlie go from this?
Oh, is she staying over? Because I may have parked behind her.
To this?
I guess now is as good a time as any.
Well, you're gonna find out soon enough, because we're going to go through the entire story of 2.5 Men. And yes, I mean all 12 seasons in one sitting, so grab your popcorn or whatever snack you need. We're starting with, of course, Season 1. The show kicks off in Malibu, where rich jingle writer Charlie Harper is living his best life. He's rich, likes booze and women, and he has zero responsibilities. But his bachelor life is turned on its head when his chiropractor and perpetual loser brother Alan is kicked out of his house by his soon-to-be ex-wife Judith. So now his 10-year-old son Jake and him are crashing at his place, and he is not cool with it. Of course, Jake isn't exactly keen on his uncle either.
When I was your age, I could only dream about my parents splitting up.
Your mom is my grandma.
Yep.
Grandma says you're a bitter disappointment.
The only reason Charlie comes around to the idea of his nephew living with him is because he realizes it gets him chicks at the grocery store. Eventually, the 2.5 Men settle into their new, uneasy lives filled with constant shenanigans. And first, we have the seagull invasion after Charlie leaves the balcony door open. Alan tries to parent Jake without Judith's backing and fails miserably. And Charlie also misses no chance to remind his brother he's a loser. Wow.
How do you lift those garbage cans without a spine?
Meanwhile, the two brothers, they decide to confront their toxic mother, Evelyn Harper. And y'all, she is the original gaslight gatekeep girl boss, cranked up to level 100. And Charlie explains Alan's poor origin story with a simple analogy.
My mother took my baby brother, dipped him in sissy sauce, and turned him into the people-pleasing control freak you see today.
Then along the way, we also meet Rose, Charlie's next-door neighbor, who started out as one of his one-night stands. Except, she never got the memo that it was just one night. She shows up in the pilot, introduces herself to Alan, and casually admits she sneaks into Charlie's room while he's sleeping to try on his underwear.
Charlie and I talked, and I understand that we're just friends, and that it is not okay for me to sneak into his house and lick all his silverware.
Girl, what? From here on, she becomes Charlie's unofficial stalker, constantly climbing onto the deck uninvited and popping up when least expected. Charlie even slaps a restraining order on her, but Rose treats it more like a suggestion.
Oh, yeah, I can smell him.
Smell who?
Your brother. He has a very musky scent.
We see brothers' failed relationships. Charlie starts dating Wendy, who seems perfect. She cooks, she cleans, Jake loves her, and Charlie dumps her because apparently he's allergic to stability. Alan thinks he could start something with Frankie, a woman hiding from the mob, but ends up being ghosted. And then Charlie reconnects with an ex-girlfriend called Jill, only to find out she's now a man called Bill.
Jill?
Bill.
And dating his mother? Oh my, what? Yikes! Continuing, and then because Charlie can't keep it in his pants for more than 5 minutes, he sleeps with Alan's divorce lawyer, Laura, and then dumps her. And a very upset Laura then retaliates the only way a lawyer knows how, by absolutely destroying Alan in the divorce settlement. Now the poor guy is stuck paying alimony to Judith until she remarries. So to recap, Charlie gets the fun night and Alan gets the bill. A pattern that'll repeat itself more than a few times.
After it was all over, and Judith and her attorney went dancing out of the room, I asked Laura why she had done this to me, and she said, and I quote, "Ask your brother."
Meanwhile, their housekeeper Berta quits and Alan tries to take up her duties, except Charlie is not impressed with his coffee-making skills.
No, Not as good as Berta's.
It's her coffee. I just pressed the button.
Berta's tasted, I don't know, Christmassy.
Alan also tries to get deep with his brother about relationships, but gets shot down quickly. And we also can't forget Alan trying to be cool in front of Berta's granddaughter. Frankly, that was physically painful to watch.
Sup? I'll tell you what's sup. I'm sup, and I should be sleeping.
And then the season wraps up with a pregnancy scare that sets Charlie spiraling. He decides to get a vasectomy, but he backs out at the last second.
It's a procedure so that I don't have babies by accident.
Oh yeah, like we had to do a scout.
Scout?
The dog we had couldn't keep it in his fur.
So Charlie dodged a vasectomy, Alan is still divorced, and Jake is still blissfully unaware of how messed up his family is. But if you think season 1 was chaotic, guys, the next season, well, they just cranked the dysfunction dial to 11. Season 2. Alright, so season 2 takes us back to Malibu with whole new levels of immaturity. We start with Alan desperate to join an exclusive men's support group that Charlie is a part of. It includes Sean Penn and Elvis Costello, and Alan is desperate to get in. But the real tea is when he learns his ex-wife Judith is dating Jake's pediatrician, Dr. Herb Melnick, because he's cool like Alan never was. And on top of that, Jake starts liking him more than his dad, which sends Alan into a spiral. I get it.
Our pediatrician. My ex-wife is sleeping with our pediatrician.
I wonder if she gets a lollipop after every visit.
Charlie continues his string of relationships with Sherry, but quickly gets played by her because she's pretty much the female version of him. But the real kicker comes when he starts dating Jake's teacher, Miss Pasternak, to improve his darling nephew's grades. And y'all, it works at first, but it escalates when he realizes she's more than what he signed up for after she reveals she's mentally unstable and practically tries to move in. He has to dump her before she further traumatizes the entire family, which causes Jake's grades to go swinging back down.
You gotta know, I went the extra mile to make her happy. Alan, you know what that means, and Jake, you'll understand someday.
Evelyn also takes her children and Jake to an ex-husband's funeral, where Jake accidentally gets drunk on wine coolers. Trying to navigate a conversation with his terrifying grandmother as a hammered 11-year-old is a memory the boy isn't forgetting anytime soon. But the kicker comes when she forcefully keeps him for a sleepover for bonding time. Alan and Charlie, they expect the kid to be traumatized as they were, except when they return to get him, Jake's completely exhausted Evelyn after destroying her carpet, making her spill spaghetti and hot dogs everywhere, and overflowing her bathroom. Charlie and Alan agree to dub him the Chosen One after realizing he was able to turn the tables on the mother that made their entire childhood hell. Jake conquers Evelyn.
I always thought your kid was a little bit of a simpleton.
Me too.
But clearly, he is the chosen one.
And Charlie's still running from commitment, and Alan still hasn't figured out he's the family punching bag, poor guy. But don't worry, season 3 is about to make things much, much worse for everyone involved. Season 3. It kicks off with Alan, unlucky as always, falling off the roof while fixing a satellite. This leaves good old Uncle Charlie to babysit an increasingly obnoxious Jake. And as always, Charlie isn't exactly cooperative despite how bad Alan's fall was.
Look at me, Charlie. I have abrasions, contusions, a severely sprained neck, 2 fractured fingers, and I'm hopped up on pain pills. Does that spell weekend dad to you?
No, actually, to me, it spells weekend in Bangkok with 2 Olympic gymnasts.
Alan hits a new low when he gets back together with Judith, though it doesn't last long, and if that wasn't enough, housekeeper Berta moves in with the brothers and causes tension between them. Meanwhile, Uncle Charlie, he's making bad decision after bad decision. He sleeps with Isabella, a crazy girl who threatens to put a voodoo curse on his manhood, and then he sleeps with his neighbor, and stalker Rose, and gets a 3rd degree from her dad.
Okay, Harvey, well, I'm glad we had this chance to talk.
Sit down.
Sorry.
So, are you gonna marry my daughter or not?
Not.
But the true highlight, guys, comes when he wants to date ballet teacher Mia and forces Jake to attend her classes to get close to her. Great uncle, huh? Anyways, Mia forces him to lead a healthy lifestyle, which means he pretty much goes through meat and cigarette withdrawals.
Yeah. See, I love Mia, and I want her to be happy. And I happen to know she's not happy when I smoke cigars and drink and gamble and stay out all night and eat meat and sugar and grease and fat and nap and swear and wear shorts and bowling shirts.
Alan, on the other hand, is in his sugar daddy era with Candy. She's 22, she's drop-dead gorgeous, and pretty much has elevator music playing in her head 24/7. The messiest part, she hooked up with Charlie, but somehow ended up with Alan.
All my life, guys have looked at me like I'm just some kind of sex toy.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should be pigeonholed.
Alan is soon on his way to complete bankruptcy, though, as Candy moves into the beach house and spends his time trying to impress her with fake history facts.
He would yell, or if you will, call, Booty.
Wow, Alan, you really make history fun.
Well, thank you.
So when did it start meaning casual sex?
And leave it to good old Alan to make things worse, because Charlie ends up hooking up with Candy's mom while Judith starts dating her dad. And Alan is exactly as bitter as you'd expect him to be about that last part.
Excuse me, is this Judith Harper's house?
Yeah, she traded it for her youth.
We also see Jake attend his first boy-girl party. Ooh, and the brothers, their advice, it's about as helpful as you would expect, coming from a commitment phobe and a two-time divorcee.
Where are you going?
I want to meet her parents. Say hello. Find out when to pick you up.
Alan, you take one step out of this car and we'll beat your brains out with a tire iron.
But the kicker comes at the end of the season, when Charlie reconnects with Mia and gets engaged to her. So just when it looks like this incorrigible bachelor might finally settle down, she gives an ultimatum. Alan and Jake have to move out permanently if they're to get together. So there's room for a nursery. And for once, Charlie steps up as a brother. I know, shocker.
But they're my family. I can't just kick them out.
You could have said something before now.
Except Alan is too wrapped up in Candy to even register what his brother just sacrificed for him. And to twist the knife further, he goes and marries Candy, using Charlie's discarded wedding rings no less, and cheerfully announces he's moving out anyway.
Cheer up, Charlie. You're finally getting what you always wanted. I'm moving out of your house.
And that's the kind of gratitude that fuels an entire new season. Season 4. Alright kids, so season 4 starts with Candy dumping Alan just after 4 months. To really rub it in, she takes all of his money, including the $500,000 he won right after the wedding from a slot machine. So of course, Alan ends up crawling back to Charlie's beach house, where he's having a wild party to celebrate his bachelorhood, and the show's officially back to factory settings.
You already had 2 women in bed and you felt the need to call a professional?
Better safe than sorry.
Meanwhile, Alan's going through post-divorce depression and even gets into a fight with Charlie after finding out why his brother called off the wedding. Though Charlie, he insists he did it for him, Alan points out that he has issues that he'll have to face sooner or later. And all of that frustration ends with Charlie getting into a fight with their neighbor, Steven Tyler. Just for the record, it goes exactly how you would expect it to go.
Well, the dude may look like a lady, but you fight like a little girl.
Charlie also has an interesting experience after he almost drowns trying to impress a girl while surfing. He hallucinates his dead father, who tells him to take care of Evelyn, and so he keeps her on speed dial at 666, which is really funny and it tracks.
I believe in a loving God who forgives little fibs as long as they lead to recreational sex.
You really want to drag God into this?
Who gave me the penis, Alan?
Alan then finds out Judith is marrying Herb Melnick, and he's over the moon because it means he can stop paying her alimony. Charlie and him go full wedding planning mode to ensure everything goes off without a hitch. Meanwhile, Charlie's new girlfriend Lydia is a complete copy of his mother, though everyone but him seems to realize that. It's like he's trying to work through his mommy issues real time without even realizing. Even Jake notices before he does.
She must be dynamite in the sack.
Where do you get this stuff from?
Cinemax.
Christmas brings around the wildest episode of the season, though. Charlie tries to sleep with Gloria, only to realize she might be his half-sister. Herb can't stop staring at Candy's chest, while Alan tries to mediate. Jake gets drunk on eggnog, and Rose shows up uninvited. It is a full circus, guys.
Turns out, I draw the line at incest.
So you do a fat guy?
Then comes an emotional punch. When Rose announces she's moving to London, Charlie, the same guy who literally had to file a restraining order against her, realizes she might be the one and starts running around Malibu going full on crazy.
Yeah, I just can't find my damn stalker.
We then finally roll around to Herb and Judith's wedding, and naturally, it's a complete circus. Alan's doing everything in his power to make sure the ceremony goes smoothly, because the second Judith says, "I do," he's a free man from alimony.
Well, bye.
Bye.
5, 6, 7, 8.
No more alimony.
Charlie, meanwhile, can't resist hooking up with Herb's sister, Mira. Jake manages to destroy multiple tuxedos in record time. Good job, kid. And Alan has to deal with Herb's unhinged ex-girlfriend, who's not exactly thrilled about the occasion.
Oh, don't stop, Alvin Harper! Please don't stop! I feel like a woman again.
And to top it all off, a health scare lands Charlie in the hospital.
The good news is that you are a perfectly healthy 50-year-old man.
I'm only 40.
Tell that to your liver.
The season closes with Evelyn introducing her new boyfriend, Teddy Leopold, to the brothers. They're skeptical at first, but a Vegas trip convinces them that their mother might have found a decent guy for once.
He's great. His name is Teddy.
He took us to a boxing match.
He bought us prostitutes and gelato.
With Evelyn potentially happy for the first time in her life, and Charlie somehow still standing, you'd think things might calm down. Except they don't. Season 5. Season 5 opens with Jake starting junior high, and Charlie having trouble with his, well, let's call it his downward district, and Berta certainly describes it aptly.
Private. You get any more traffic down there, you're gonna have to open a Starbucks.
Alan, ever the optimist though, tries to convince Charlie to date a woman his own age. Crazy idea, I know, right? And enter Judge Linda, a municipal, how do I pronounce that word? A municipal court judge and a UCLA professor.
The smarter the girl, the harder it is to blow smoke up her ass.
But just as things start to get serious with Linda, Charlie starts hallucinating Rose's face everywhere. The bartender, the dog walker, even the housekeeper. It gets to a point Charlie actually goes to London to confirm she's still there, and she is. Except as he leaves her flat, the camera pans out to reveal several wigs and costumes, and we see that she orchestrated the entire thing. Talk about a crazy stalker.
I know you've probably moved on, and I thought I had too, but everywhere I look, I keep seeing your face.
Alan and Charlie also get into a fight over a decorative bowl. Yes, a bowl.
There was no love, no family, and no meaning.
There's a word for that, Alan? Utopia.
Alan ends up moving in with Evelyn, who's less than thrilled. Not because of Alan, but because she and Teddy now have to relocate their, let's say, gear out of the guest bedroom. We certainly don't need that visual.
Oh, great. Now we have to put on clothes for breakfast.
That's the least of our problems. All our leather gear is in the guest room.
Of course, they soon make up, and Charlie then discovers he's good with kids after babysitting Linda's son. This leads to an entire children's music career as Charlie Waffles. He's singing songs like Bye Bye Boobies, I'm a Big Kid Now, and performing drunk at his own live performances. Alan is mortified, but the kids, they're absolutely eating it up.
Who loves kids?
Charlie Waffles!
But the real mess begins when Teddy and Evelyn get engaged. His daughter Courtney shows up, and Charlie can't keep his hands off his soon-to-be stepsister. Despite Teddy's warning, he ends up fooling around with her, after which she blackmails him into buying a Ferrari.
You want to sell me a car now?
Or I could go downstairs.
You wouldn't.
Charlie's womanizing ways start getting so bad that even Alan feels genuinely worried about him. But when Charlie asks Alan who he'd rather be, Alan gives an answer that's frankly a bit devastating.
You're kidding, right? You have two black eyes and you're perched on a scrotum cozy.
But the season climax comes when Teddy is found dead in Charlie's bedroom on his and Evelyn's wedding day. His pants are around his ankles, and there's lipstick on places that we won't describe, but CSI shows up, and the findings aren't pretty. Turns out Teddy and Courtney were con artist lovers, and Evelyn is left widowed again.
Can't believe he'd cheat on me on our wedding day.
You guys have the same starting to a paragraph here twice. I'll read both, but there's a bit of an error here. But the season climax comes when Teddy is found dead in Charlie's bedroom, on his and Evelyn's wedding day, no less. His pants are around his ankles, and there's lipstick in places we won't describe, and a very CSI-esque investigation uncovers a truth worse than anyone imagined. Teddy and Courtney weren't father and daughter, they were con artist lovers, running a long game. Everything about them was a lie. And just like that, Evelyn goes from bride to widow in the span of a single afternoon. Season 6. This one opens with Charlie running into an ex called Chrissy, who has a son that looks, dresses, and acts exactly like him. He panics, pays her a fortune in child support, and boots it out of there. Except he just got conned by a babysitter, and she pockets the cash.
They should put it in big letters right on the reservoir tip. You feel lucky, dumbass?
Then Alan's penny-pinching ways continue after he lends Charlie $38 and spends an entire episode trying to get it back, going as far as siphoning gas off of Charlie's Mercedes. He ends up throwing Alan out, and Judith has to get them to reconcile.
But FYI, Charlie's a thief, a liar, and I suspect something of a firebug.
Charlie then sleeps with Alan's receptionist, yeah, why not, and after they inevitably break up, she demands a raise, health insurance, and a paid vacation, and Alan has to cough everything up. At this point, Charlie hooking up with people in Alan's life and leaving him with the bill is less of a habit and it's more of a business model. Note, this sort of situation, it's exactly why Alan ended up paying alimony to 2 ex-wives.
You don't want to come back to my office and hump my fax machine?
Wow. You still have a fax machine?
Meanwhile, Herb gets kicked out by Judith after taking Charlie's advice too seriously.
As soon as she starts complaining, you put your foot down. Let her know who's in charge. And no matter what, do not let her use sex as a weapon. You let her know that if she won't satisfy your needs, there's plenty of women out there who will.
Really?
Why would I lie?
Alan takes the opportunity to sleep with his ex-wife, after which she and Herb reconcile. Then Jake casually mentions that Judith is pregnant, and Alan almost has a stroke after figuring out the timeline.
The only thing we know for sure is that, despite all outward appearances, Judith is a slut.
Meanwhile, Charlie starts dating Chelsea. While the relationship lasts for a while, there's a lot about her lifestyle that Charlie cannot take. He hates her apartment, he hates her cat, and even hates her wooden toilet seat. I mean, what is up with that? He ends up getting kicked out of her place after stepping on the cat and has to sweet talk his way back in.
She's got one of those wooden toilet seats. It'd have been like sitting on Pinocchio's mouth.
Charlie eventually starts couples counseling, which Alan describes as paying a stranger to watch your life go down the toilet. He starts on a downward spiral when he tells Chelsea he loves her, but she doesn't say it back, and ends up proposing to her by slipping a ring in her champagne. Unfortunately, she ends up swallowing it without noticing.
How in God's name could you swallow it so easily?
Hey, that's one of the things you love about me.
Chelsea eventually ends up moving in, and she and Alan actually start getting along, bonding over cooking, hanging out, the whole deal. It irks Charlie until Berta tells him it's a good thing. Charlie decides that Alan's not competition, he's Chelsea's gay best friend.
You like to watch chick flicks?
No.
Zippy does. Do you like to talk for hours about your feelings?
No.
Zippy do.
Right.
He digs the trench, you lay the pipe.
And while all of this is going on, Charlie's friend Andy passes away, sending him on an existential crisis. He imagines his own funeral, where James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader, delivers the eulogy after being paid $25,000 and a first-class ticket.
I've been thinking a lot about how fleeting life is.
Did you find another lump on your pee-pee?
The finale, it ends on a cliffhanger as Mia comes to see Charlie, who's already conflicted because he still has feelings for her. So Chelsea's moved in, Andy's death has Charlie questioning his entire existence, and Mia just has to show up, like, girl, what are you doing? But if you thought Charlie Harper was done making terrible decisions, buckle up. Season 7. Season 7 starts with Mia trying to claw her way back to Charlie. He rejected her previously for Chelsea, showing he might have a heart after all. He agrees to help Mia record some music after Chelsea tells him it shouldn't be an issue for them to work together if he had no feelings left for her. Charlie eventually visits his therapist, Dr. Freeman, who tells him to pick the woman he loves most, and he finally rejects Mia.
I know, it's hard to believe I'm not banging her.
Then why are we here?
She's an old friend and I'm helping her out.
You really want to help her out? Sneak up behind her with a big rock.
For good. Then Chelsea invites Alan's girlfriend Melissa, who also happens to be his former receptionist, to move into the beach house. A lot of people just move into this place, and the two women hit it off so well that they basically take over. And Charlie and Alan find themselves kicked out of their own home. Desperate to reclaim the house, they bring in the nuclear option, Evelyn. She casually slips that Melissa had already slept with Charlie, which blows up the girl's friendship overnight and hands the house back to the boys.
Personality, your wardrobe, and your address.
Meanwhile, Chelsea and Charlie's wedding is set for June 26th at the Bel Air Hotel, courtesy of Evelyn, and Charlie decides to celebrate by getting blackout drunk with Alan, after which they wake up in a bed with a random woman. Neither remembers what happened, and Chelsea is suspicious. She and Jake also have a conversation regarding Charlie's past exploits, which leaves her pretty uncomfortable.
You know, of all the women my uncle's been with, you're my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
And there's been a lot.
I know.
A whole lot.
Charlie then finds out Chelsea is actually richer than him, which he discovers during a dance class, because apparently that's where rich people drop bombshells, and she flies her parents in to meet him. And Charlie quickly realizes that her father Tom has been living a lie. Tom's closeted, and when Chelsea overhears her parents fighting about it, the meet the family dinner goes about as well as you'd expect.
Telling you, Martha, I can't live this lie anymore.
You're drunk. Now come to bed.
No, it's a bed of lies.
Then comes along Brad Harlow, charming, successful, and Chelsea's lawyer. Charlie hates him on sight. When Chelsea goes to one of Brad's charity events and doesn't come home until late, Charlie's jealousy boils over and he picks a massive fight. Chelsea, tired of the insecurity, tries to have a calm conversation the next day at a cafe to work things out. But Charlie, who's hungover and spiraling, throws up on a woman's baby mid-conversation. And that's it for Chelsea. She ends the engagement right there on the spot. And honestly, can you blame her? He threw up on a baby.
I can change. I can be a better man. The man you want me to be. And I promise you. Oh my God! I'm so sorry.
You threw up on my baby.
Post-breakup Charlie, he completely loses it. He flies to Vegas and somehow comes back to a married woman named Betsy, because why not? Only to find out she's already married to someone else, because why not? And then he starts talking to Chelsea, because apparently that's his idea of coping. He ends up sleeping with Chelsea's friend Gail, and when Chelsea actually comes back wanting to reconcile, Charlie has to confess what he did. She storms out for good, and any chance of fixing things goes with her.
You went to Mexico with another man.
But she's my best friend.
Yeah, well, I have to say the jury's still out on that.
You're such a pig.
A pig who hates his mother.
Go to hell.
Oh, come on. It was 1 o'clock in Cabo.
Then, meanwhile, Alan starts a relationship with Jake's new friend, Elridge's mom, Lindsay McElroy. This becomes the start of his longest relationship arc going forward.
I miss Chelsea.
I miss Herb. I mean, Sex and the City. I miss Sex and the City.
Yeah, Alan, that's much less gay.
So now Chelsea, she's gone, Alan has found Lindsay, and Charlie is one bad decision away from a complete meltdown. Spoiler alert, he makes several.
Season 8.
Season 8 opens with Jake, who's now freaking 16, sneaking 2 girls out of his room at 7 a.m. And Alan can't believe it. Charlie does the math on what constitutes an orgy and settles a very important debate.
Orgy requires a minimum of 6 participants.
What?
It goes masturbation, one-on-one, threesome, 2 couples swinging with a looky-loo, orgy 6.
Alan finally moves in with Lindsay, but it takes him about 5 minutes to mess it up. He sneaks back to Charlie's house to hook up with his ex, Melissa, behind Lindsay's back. When the guilt catches up, he breaks it off with Melissa by text, no less. Melissa is furious. She storms over to the beach house and takes her anger out on Charlie, since he won't snitch on his brother at first.
I'm gonna give you one last chance. Where is he?
I'm sorry. I don't.
What's going on?
She need me in the nuts.
But the real disaster comes when Alan accidentally sets fire to Lindsay's curtains, burns her entire house down, and has to move Lindsay and himself right back into Charlie's place. But Alan, though, guys, he's a walking insurance claim. Charlie then starts dating Michelle, a woman 4 years older than him. He treats it like a crisis, especially when he meets her 20-year-old daughter who does amateur porn. Meanwhile, Alan gets himself arrested for inappropriate behavior at the movie theater. But Charlie doesn't even bail him out because he's too busy with Michelle. Brotherhood, huh?
Okay, I'm on my way.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Then comes the season's turning point, guys. Michelle asks Charlie whether he loves Rose and gently ends things with him after he says yes. Charlie then finds out that Rose is marrying a man named Manfred Quinn. He and Alan drive to the church to see the wedding and leave heartbroken after seeing everything looking real. Except the camera pans out when they leave to show that everyone except Rose and the priest are dummies. She certainly takes crazy to the next level.
My God. She's really doing it. Rose is getting married.
It's not too late to stop it.
Don't be ridiculous. It's way too late.
Then Courtney returns from prison and immediately starts draining Charlie's wallet and his health. He even crashes through a glass door chasing after her. They break up, get back together, and then break up again. Charlie, he spirals so bad he ends up watching Glee with Alan.
I thought you were in prison.
I was, but I'm out. Want to go to Vegas?
Are you crazy? I'm in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner with my family.
I haven't had sex in 3 years.
Goodbye, everybody.
Then Charlie meets Rose at the supermarket and the roles reverse. Charlie begs for her attention and even climbs her balcony. She rejects him at first because she's married to Manny, but they eventually start an affair. Alan, meanwhile, I said it normally, has somehow stumbled into running a full-blown pyramid scheme. He borrows $5,000 from Charlie, $10,000 from Evelyn, and $15,000 from Herb, then pays each of them back with interest using the other's money, shuffling cash around like a broke Wall Street broker. The man who can't afford his own rent is suddenly juggling $30,000 in rotating debt and is actually pulling it off. He almost gets away with the whole thing until Rose, who's been sneaking around as usual, discovers the operation. But instead of exposing him, she bribes him with $50,000 to keep his mouth shut about Manny being a literal mannequin. So now, the guy running a pyramid scheme is being paid hush money by a woman married to a dummy. It's just peak 2.5 Men.
What kind of guy is he?
He's quiet, a little stiff. What did you say he did for a living?
He's some kind of important figure in the fashion industry.
Manny, Quinn, figure.
The season ends with Charlie grabbing Rose's raincoat on his way to accompany her on a romantic getaway to Paris. Alan watches them go, not knowing that this would be the last time he would see his brother alive. Season 9. So guys, Charlie Harper is dead. He was apparently in an accident where he ended up in front of a Paris subway station, but it's heavily implied that Rose was behind it. His funeral is filled with a number of his ex-girlfriends, all of them roasting him. Lydia says he loved being racked for a week. Miss Pasternak says he used her panties to make tea. Alan drops his urn and then has to bust his brother off the floor. Yep, that's how he says goodbye to his only sibling.
But I forgave him. Because I loved him unconditionally. So you can imagine my horror when the very next day he slipped on the metro platform and fell in front of an oncoming train.
Never cross a crazy woman.
Then enter tech billionaire Walden Schmidt, freshly suicidal over his divorce from Bridget, and with Charlie gone, Alan can't afford the beach house on his own and is forced to put it up for sale. Walden, soaking wet and emotionally wrecked, wanders onto the deck one night, falls in love with the place, and then just buys it on the spot. He lets Alan stay because, frankly, the guy just tried to walk into the ocean and could probably use the company. And the show officially soft reboots, and Alan goes from mooching off his brother to mooching off of a complete stranger.
Just out of curiosity, how does someone get to be worth so much money?
Pretty simple, really. You ever hear of blungogo.com?
No.
You never will, because Microsoft bought it from me for $1.3 billion.
And it takes time for the dynamics to set in place. Walden tries to get Bridget back and fails. He then starts dating Courtney, who turns out to be a con artist. Bridget, still looking out for Walden despite the divorce, sees right through Courtney and pays her $50,000 to disappear from his life for good. Alan has to share a room with Jake after Berta moves in, while the kid blackmails Judith after he catches her making out with Walden. This family needs an intervention or something.
Why are we calling it Jake's room?
Herpes has a kid.
Herpes Jr.?
Walden gets his divorce papers and almost moves to New York before Alan manipulates him into seeing Charlie's old therapist, Dr. Freeman, just so he doesn't have to move out. Alan then confesses every secret he has to Lindsay, including the Ponzi scheme, the mannequin wedding, and the peanut butter incident from childhood. Unsurprisingly, she dumps him. Walden cheers him up with cannabis brownies, and when Lindsay comes back to apologize, she finds Alan covered in whipped cream, surrounded by bikini models, and she dumps him again.
You gonna tell Alan?
I'm gonna tell everyone.
Walden then sleeps with Evelyn. Yeah, that happened. Moving on, mid-season, Walden starts redecorating the house, starting with donating Charlie's piano. Alan, already nostalgic over his brother's jingles, has a breakdown and starts dressing and acting like Charlie.
I know you miss your brother.
Miss my brother? That parasitic leech. Not likely.
Remember that shrink that you sent me to? Maybe you should go see her.
What for? I'm fine.
What's your name?
Charlie Harper.
It gets to the point that Walden has to send him to get professional help.
Hello, concierge? Yes, this is Charlie Harper in the presidential suite. I'm gonna need a bucket of ice, a bottle of scotch, and 2 Asian hookers.
Walden gets serious with Zoe, and she moves in with her daughter, Ava, and asks Alan to move out for a week. Alan ends up with Lindsay, but it doesn't go well for either of the men. Alan ends up with a broken nose thanks to Eldridge, and Jake accidentally slamming the door on him, while Walden is burnt out playing with Ava. Both agreed to have Zoe move out and Alan back in, but when Walden changes his mind at the last second, Alan has a heart attack.
Oh, come on, I feel bad enough already.
Help me. 911.
Oh, okay, I'll play along here. Would $100 make you better? You're not kidding?
I did it.
Don't die.
He eventually ends up hospitalized and Charlie's ghost appears, played by Kathy Bates in a woman's body, and tells Alan to stop being a leech.
I have been through a rough patch.
You look like you've been through a propeller. I came here to tell you it's not too late to turn your life around.
How?
Stop being a parasite.
Later, Alan milks the heart condition so Walden feels too guilty to kick him out, and it works until Zoe exposes the act.
Okay. Well, we got Cobbler in the kitchen.
Meanwhile, Jake and his buddy Eldridge enlist for the army after barely graduating high school and getting themselves fired from Walden's new venture. This eventually marks Jake's transition out of the show.
I love my son, but more importantly, I love my country. Which is why I don't think my son should have access to flying bombs.
So Jake's off to the army, Walden found Zoe, and Alan's still somehow living rent-free. But season 10 is about to shake up every relationship in this house. Season 10. It starts with Walden hiring Michael Bolton to help him propose to her on her birthday. But she rejects him and says she's met someone else. This causes him to spiral. He gets high on Berta's pot brownies and hallucinates Zoe, Bridget, his mom Robin, and Michael Bolton while trying to sleep with a random girl. And she leaves, obviously.
Well, I changed my mind about the milk.
Post-breakup, Walden becomes extremely irritable. He snaps at Alan, Robin, and his business partner Billy, and gets petty revenge on Zoe by buying her daughter Ava a giant, slobbering dog for her birthday. Classy. Alan and Lindsay propose a threesome with Walden to spice things up, but it derails immediately when Lindsay pays more attention to Walden than Alan. Walden then starts crying mid-act because he still misses Zoe. That's awkward.
Zoe had an outfit like that she used to wear all the time.
Then comes Rose, because of course she's still around. She instantly starts hanging around Walden, who ignores all of Alan's warnings regarding her past with Charlie. She quickly moves in, but Walden breaks up with her when Zoe wants to reconcile. She gets revenge by setting her pet ferrets on him and showing up pretending to be pregnant with his child to scare Zoe off, who leaves for good this time. Mid-season, Walden goes through an identity crisis because he's tired of women only wanting him for his money. So he fakes a persona. Sam Wilson, not the Avenger who can fly, a broken flannel-wearing nobody. He cuts his hair, borrows Alan's wardrobe, and meets Kate, a fashion designer who actually likes him for him. Alan pretends to own the beach house, and the double life works until the stress gives Walden hair loss and performance issues.
Oh my God! Sam! A sewing machine? How can you afford this?
Let's just say I had a very good day at the Christmas tree lot.
Walden invests $100,000 in Kate's fashion line through Alan, flies her to a New York show, and then confesses the entire lie. And she dumps him on the spot, and the cast breaks into a full Broadway musical number calling him a douche. Oh my God. And that's not a metaphor. They're literally singing, "You're a douche, you're a douche, you're a big fizzy douche," for 3 minutes straight. Y'all, I would just die if that happened to me.
So, to make sure you could trust me, you lied to me.
I'm really sorry. I got caught up in it, and then I couldn't figure out how to get out, and...
Meanwhile, Jake comes home on leave and hooks up with Missy, who already has a boyfriend. He then proceeds to date 36-year-old con tattoo artist Tammy. He plans a Vegas wedding with her, and Alan is understandably horrified. Except the wedding plan goes off the rails when Tammy's daughter Ashley shows up, and Jake sleeps with her too.
Zynga. It's from a TV show.
The season then ends with Jake announcing he's being stationed in Japan for over a year. Alan takes him on a father-son Grand Canyon trip with cigars, bonding, uncomfortable truths about divorce, and it's genuinely sweet.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't want anyone else to be my dad.
Season 11. All right, number 11 opens with a twist at the front door. Quite literally, a knock at the door reveals a woman who introduces herself as Jenny Harper, Charlie's long-lost daughter from a one-night stand in the 1980s. Charlie knew about her and even paid child support, but was banned from seeing her.
No, Charlie had a daughter.
Neither did I. He sent her checks. Big checks.
Not that that matters now.
And Alan tells her Charlie's dead, and when that happens, she's bummed for all of 30 seconds, though she does get freaked out when she realizes how messed up her new family is.
Hear that, Charlie? Your daughter needs a drink.
Next thing you know, she's using the beach house to pick up a waitress, revealing she's a lesbian. And Evelyn's reaction? Charlie's back.
Where are you going?
Up to shower.
Oh, you thought? Oh, no. She's mine. Next time I'll get two.
What just happened?
Charlie's back.
Evelyn invites Jenny to move in with her and her 91-year-old boyfriend Marty, who immediately requests a three-way with Jenny because, of course, he does. Later, the whole gang ends up getting high at Walden's place. Alan's off trying to win Lindsay back, and meanwhile, Marty drops the line of the season.
You think Alan's gonna mind that we started without him?
Who's Alan?
You know, I think I banged Lucille Ball in this house.
Berta, she throws out her back, and the boys, they suggest retirement. She quits, and the replacement maids includes a zealot who wants to save their souls, a woman with 4 guns and a shank in her purse, and a third who accuses them of racism. Berta, she's back by the end of the episode.
What are you saying? You come back?
I don't know. You may be right. I might not be able to do everything I used to do.
Work around it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Whatever it takes.
Then Walden and Jenny end up in bed together after a beach bonfire. They panic and check Charlie's bedroom camera, only to discover that they didn't do anything.
There is a camera in my room.
And that's why I don't sleep with guys.
We could watch the video back and know for sure, or could erase it and continue to deny that anything ever happened.
Meanwhile, Alan is back in his secret affair era with Lindsay, who now has a boyfriend named Larry. She insists she needs both men for different reasons. So Alan infiltrates Larry's spin class under the alias Jeff Strongman and ends up genuinely liking the guy. He then has bathroom sex with Lindsay at Larry's Lakers suite.
I simply wanted to find out what he's got that I don't. And the kicker is, he likes me.
Did his smile light up when you told him you were plowing his girlfriend?
Linda Carter also guest stars as herself, and Jenny sleeps with her. Alan even falls off the deck fighting Walden over who gets to talk to her. Jenny meets Walden's mother, and her pickup line for Robin is uncomfortably reminiscent of her father.
Aren't you sweet? He's single, you know.
I know. Are you?
Okay, all right, let's go save some monkeys. Really?
Hey, just because you came out of it doesn't mean I don't want to get into it.
Rose returns briefly mid-season after Larry hires her as a private investigator to spy on Lindsay, and because Rose can never just do a job and leave, she ends up sleeping with Walden. Alan is busy getting rejected left and right. He first proposes to Lindsay, who says no. He then moves to Judith, who says no. He even proposed to me. I said, no way, brother. Meanwhile, Walden, he rejects a buyout from Google, and his business partner, Billy, moves in temporarily. The house, it is at maximum capacity and minimum sanity.
What are you doing here? Well, you said I could stop by anytime I wanted, so. Yeah, I just left you 17 minutes ago. I missed you too.
The series finale sees Evelyn marry Marty, Gretchen accept Alan's proposal, and Larry dump Lindsay and forgive Alan in the same breath. Then, Gretchen leaves Alan at the altar for her ex, but at least Walden tells him he wants Alan to stay. And 3 years in, somehow, these two are the show's most stable relationship.
Still together, 3 years later.
I know. I thought for sure it was over when Charlie died.
Thank God I showed up.
Season 12. All right, guys, the final season opens with Walden, dressed as Zombie Elvis, having a mini heart attack. Alan, dressed as Ducky from Pretty in Pink, rushes him to the hospital.
Alan, if I live, I'm going to kill you.
Stop it, you are gonna live. Is he gonna live?
We're right with a 35-year-old male. BP is 160/94, pulse is 108.
And he's dressed as Zombie Elvis, over.
The experience, it gives Walden a lot to think about, and he decides he wants to adopt a child. The system is rigged against single men, though, so his big solution is to propose to the man who's been freeloading in his house for the past 4 years.
Alan Harper, will you marry me?
Are you seriously asking me to marry you? I can't believe this is happening.
And I always thought Alan would be the one on his knees.
Alan agrees, of course. Walden is big on holding a proper courthouse ceremony and signing a prenup. And Alan is hurt and storms off at first, but comes back and ends up signing. Aww.
Why do we need a prenup?
When couples get married, finances become complicated, and this just simplifies it.
Oh, does it? Because it seems like it's pretty simple right now. You don't trust me.
Michael Bolton, he performs at the wedding. Walden writes vows, they kiss, and everything goes about as well as it could. Evelyn and Robin wake up after a threesome with Michael Bolton because something crazy has to happen.
Here to join Walden Schmidt and Alan Harper in legal marriage. Have you two written your own vows?
No, the standard for richer for poorer actually fits us quite well.
Actually, I've written a little something down.
What? You didn't?
Meanwhile, I'm back. Social worker Miss McMartin starts the home inspection, and the two start practicing their acts to become the perfect gay couple. Their plan almost goes awry when Lindsay, fresh out of rehab, crashes the inspection half naked on the deck. But Jenny manages to defuse the situation by passing her off as her drunk neighbor.
These guys are great. Ask anyone on our block. We're all pulling for them to get a kid.
Thank you.
You're very sweet.
Okay, here we go.
Glad I never gave her a baby.
You and me both.
Their first match is pregnant teenager Kathy, who picks them as the perfect couple. Walden is over the moon and even holds the child, but Kathy changes her mind at the last minute.
Yeah, it's hard to let him go. Actually, it's impossible. I'm so sorry.
Wait, but what just happened? Did I miss something?
She's keeping the baby.
Miss McMartin then suggests 6-year-old Luis instead. A child bounced from foster home to foster home. The kid climbs into Walden's bed and asks if he'll be sent away again. But Walden promises he won't. Berta, herself a former foster child, helps him settle in to the best of her abilities.
Walden and Alan are the best. They're nice, they're fun, and guess what else?
What?
They're easy to fool.
Mid-season, Miss McMartin catches Walden with his girlfriend Laurel and threatens to take Lewis away after realizing the marriage is a sham. Alan, he seduces her, and she eventually relents after seeing how much the kid has bonded with them. And Alan's greatest superpower has always been his shamelessness. And this time, it helped save a child's life.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Look, no more lies. No. Unless my boss finds out about this, then I totally need you to lie.
Glad to have you back, kid. Oh, and Miss McMartin, you might want to stay away from your house until I can make some phone calls.
So Walden officially adopts Lewis, divorces Alan, and grants him a wish, a Ferrari. Alan, he then proposes to Lindsay with a ring Walden bought, and she says yes. Walden then ends up panicking about being alone and begs Alan to stay.
I want to be alone.
Walden, what are you talking about?
You can't leave me. I'll give you anything you want. You can sleep in the master bedroom, and I'll sleep on the futon. You can't marry Lindsay.
Wait, you can't ask that of me.
I'll give you the house.
Alan declines, but promises he'll always be there for him.
Need you. And look, it's not like I'm leaving tomorrow. Plus, even after Lindsay and I are married, we're still gonna see each other.
You mean it?
Of course. I gotta do something while Lindsay's at work.
Then comes the crash out. Apparently, Charlie is alive. OMG WTF. Rose had caught him cheating on her with a French maid, a mime, and a goat, and tried to kill him by pushing him in front of a train.
I've always known Charlie was no saint, but I thought marriage would change him. I was wrong. So wrong.
When that didn't work, she kept him captive for years until he finally escaped.
Finally caught up with me at the train station, but all I could think about was revenge. But at the last second, fate intervened. So I booked us a cruise home. We moved into a brand new house in Sherman Oaks.
Apology checks arrive at the house for Jenny, Jake, and Chelsea. Alan and Walden end up at the police station.
We need you to find him. This guy has some serious rage issues.
Has he tried anger management?
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Threats follow, the house gets vandalized, and Evelyn goes into hiding.
Not going anywhere. We got a state-of-the-art security system. Nobody gets in unless we let them in. What the hell?
Jake briefly shows up, now ex-army, married, and rich from Vegas.
I am telling you, Charlie is planning on killing us all.
Okay, it was good to see you guys.
Wait, that's it? You're leaving?
Nothing personal. I just got to get back to Japan and tell my wife and kids that we're rich.
And a man matching Charlie's description is arrested after Walden and Alan visit the police. But it's Christian Slater.
My name is Christian Slater. I'm an actor. All right? I was in a bar. This guy hands me a drink. Next thing I know, I wake up in a hotel room dressed like a 12-year-old with a screaming woman in the closet.
You're right. I'm the governor of California.
Then, in the final seconds, a shadowy figure walks up to the front door, except a helicopter drops a piano on him out of nowhere.
Oh, he had a baby grand just like that.
It's coming right this way. You don't think that it's possible that the cops got the wrong guy, do you?
Nah. Pull back to Chuck Lorre in the director's chair, winning, and a second piano, then crushes Lorre. And then the final credits roll.
Winning.
And guys, that was the entire story of 2.5 Men. I hope you had fun. I did too. Thanks for watching, commenting, and have a good one.